UK Health Secretary Wes Streeting denies plotting against PM after leadership claims. Wes Streeting has said suggestions from the Prime Minister's allies that he is seeking to challenge for the leadership are self-defeating nonsense and has urged Sir Keir Starmer to sack whoever is briefing the media. On Tuesday evening, friends of Sir Keir had told several news outlets his job might be under immediate threat and that they were particularly suspicious of Streeting's leadership ambitions. Speaking to the BBC on Wednesday, the Health Secretary said he could not see any circumstances under which I would do that to our Prime Minister. He added that briefings to the press against him were the worst attack on a faithful since Joe Marler was banished in the Traitors final. Someone has definitely been watching too much Celebrity Traitors. They should swap to Country File. Streeting was doing a round of media interviews on a morning, with headlines dominated by the briefings from the Prime Minister's allies. The Health Secretary insisted he was not challenging the Prime Minister, adding, "I'm not doing any of the things some silly briefer said overnight." He said the culture in No 10 was toxic and that Lucy Powell, the party's new deputy leader, had been right to call for a change of culture in Downing Street. "I'd like to commend the briefer on at least picking on one of the men in the cabinet instead of the women," he added. Asked if he should sack those responsible, Streeting said, "Yes, but he's got to find them first, and I wouldn't expect him to waste loads of time on this." There are people around the Prime Minister who do not follow his model and style of leadership. Other names being discussed as potential candidates in a leadership race include Home Secretary Shabana Mahmood, Energy Secretary Ed Miliband, and backbenchers including former Transport Secretary Louise High. "He will fight this," one minister said, before making reference to a key by-election in 2021, which Labour lost to the Conservatives, prompting Sir Keir to consider resigning as Labour's leader. "This is not a Hartlepool moment," they added. He is one of only 2 people alive who have won a general election for Labour. It'd be madness to run against him after 17 months. In order to trigger a leadership contest against the Prime Minister, 20% of Labour MPs, currently 81, would need to nominate a challenger. Supporters of the Prime Minister have argued a leadership contest would plunge the party into the chaos associated with the last years of the previous Conservative government. They are trying to convince their colleagues that a contest could destabilize the international markets, too, and would jeopardize the relationship the Prime Minister has established with President Trump.